I met this girl, looking all so green and so beautiful. It was from a distance. She had green hair that was as green as the rainforest in Brazil. I thought to myself that maybe she was from Brazil. Even though we are from South Africa, then I thought to myself that it was Brazil that probably inspired her with her hairstyle. Her lips were so soft and so green that it reminded me of a beautiful silk green skirt. And I said to myself that if green skirt could talk, it would say how much they would like to be as green and soft as those lips. My eyes got mesmerized by her curves and her green outfit, that I said to myself, hallelujah, what a perfect fit. The angels should be blessing her by now. Unfortunately for her, she was hooked up by a poisonous man who I call Mr. Contradiction. Who is Mr. Contradiction? You may ask. Mr. Contradiction is an egotistic, self-absorbed, bossy mentality young man that's full of contradiction. He will say one thing and do another thing that goes against his words, that are like a false preacher's words. To him, that's his norm. He doesn't see his mistakes, but he sees others' mistakes. If he gets used to you, he will disrespect you and see it as a norm to himself. Be cautious of a man like him. He will make a good priest to start cursing. At that time, I didn't know her name, so I started naming her. Green girl had many admirers. Others was rich, frail, old man. Others seemed rich, even though they were not, but had sugar mamas. She gave out her numbers to them, even though they didn't look attractive at all. Nor did they look like they were interested in her as a woman, but they were interested in other things besides her beautiful character as a woman. I saw them, charming her with money, trips, and gold. I could imagine what favor is she doing for them, like cuddling with them nakedly, keeping them warm with her sexy goddess-like body, and just having meaningless sex with them. Then I asked myself, is she smart by getting the gold and riches from their pockets and saving the other bit of gold and riches for her future like a hustler? Or is she a confused soul? I wondered. So I then said to myself, let me get to know her and see for myself if she's a hustler or a confused soul. And when my journey of getting to know Green Girl started, I introduced myself to her as the wonderful gentleman named Mr. King, King being an English name of my real name. And she told me her real name is Namsa, though her real name sounds so sweet and so good to me. I like calling her Green Girl. And after some time, Green Girl evolved into Dream Girl. We got close, and I saw her real personality, and it was so beautiful, I can't lie about that. I took her to heaven and back with my magical hands that were so soft, gentle, and muscular. Even though she loved my magical hands, she was afraid of getting close to me, that she kept on going back to a poisonous comfort zone. At that time, I didn't know her name, so I started naming her. Green Girl had many admirers. Others was rich, frail, old man. Others seemed rich, even though they were not, but had sugar mamas. She gave out her numbers to them, even though they didn't look attractive at all, nor did they look like they were interested in her as a woman. But they were interested in other things besides her beautiful character as a woman. As a woman, I saw them, charming her with money, trips, and gold. I could imagine what favor is she doing for them, like cuddling with them nakedly, keeping them warm with her sexy goddess-like body, and just having meaningless sex with them. Then I asked myself, is she smart by getting the gold and riches from their pockets and saving a other bit of gold and riches for her future like a hustler? Or is she a confused soul? I wondered to Tumafel. I wondered to Dream Girl. I wondered to Tumafel. I wondered to Tumafel. That we're not journey a bit of riches from their pockets and saving the other bit of gold and riches for her future like a hustler. Or is she a confused soul? I wondered, so I then said to myself, let me get to know her and see for myself if she is a hustler. Mr. Contradiction, cause he was his first to get to know. I understood that, I prayed for her to get something better. The more I observed her, the more I saw how much of a confused soul she was. I asked her to make sense of her decisions, where I see that she dancing, but her action says another thing, like a confused soul. Confused soul, what exactly is meant by that? Is a person who doesn't know what the right decisions are and keeps on making illogical decisions that end up hurting themselves. And they keep on making those same decisions till they end up regretting those decisions. When you step in the dark side of life, Mr. Contradiction's worst case scenario might go as far as our alternative future is for him to call her a bitch and slap her around like a sumo slapping a training pole, kick her around like a soccer player kicking around a football, beat her like a street fighter beating up a nerd or a helpless kid. Another worst case scenario is him sharing her around with his friends as strangers like a whore and seeing all his abuse towards her as a norm, and it's her fault like all the abusive men out there. Now out of the dark side and into the present tense, he might use disrespectful, hurtful words and laugh about it like he uses on Mr. King. That will make any man gentle or not furious, and then he will start using the word sorry like those type of words are nothing but toilet paper that you use and throw away once you're done wiping your ass with it in the toilet. Like every gentleman out there, I hope my dark words don't come true, and that it's all in my head, and that you have a plan for your future, and that you're not a confused soul. I wish you find whatever love you're seeking, and that you find a good man that will love you inside and out, that's willing to go to hell and back just to find you if you ever land there. And I would take good care of all your needs as a woman. Every woman needs a loving man in their lives. For all the women out there who wish just to find a good man, and all the parents out there who want the best for their daughters, I pray to God a trillion times more that all her wishes come true.